So how can you clean your hot tub's filters, and in particular, how can you do a deep clean of those filters in just 1 hour instead of soaking them overnight for 24 hours like a lot of people recommend? Well, that's what we're getting into today in this video. I'm actually going to take my glasses off because they're transitions and they turn into sunglasses out here, and I don't want you to think I'm a rock star. Hi, I'm Jeff Campbell from Hot Tub Owner HQ, and I'm glad you're here with me. So we're going to start by removing my hot tub's filters. I have 2 filters. A lot of hot tubs do. Yours might just have 1 though. Unfortunately, because of the way the fence is positioned, the filters are right there under that drink cover right there. And so I have to kind of climb up there slightly awkwardly to get to them. I'm going to move my stairs over to kind of make getting up here a little easier. Do not have my bathing suit on, so for your sake and mine, I hope I don't fall in. I'm going to take this cover off. It does float, so I'm just going to kind of set it to the side. The filters screw in, and usually they can just kind of come out with a gentle twist to one side. I'm going to set them right here on the edge of the hot tub and hope they don't fall off. Sometimes I do find that the filters are really hard to get unscrewed, and so kind of rocking them gently back and forth from side to side does typically help with that. So now I've got the filters out. This one is a 2-part filter, as you see here. One just kind of nests inside the other one there. So now let me get a 5-gallon bucket because we're going to transport these into my kitchen. So I'm going to place them in here just so that I'm not tracking water all over my floor in my house. Let's go. Okay, so now we're in here at my kitchen. I've got my 5-gallon bucket. You can kind of see how I nested the filters in there so that they don't stick up above the top of the lid of the bucket. That's because we're going to now do the deep chemical soak of these, and I want the entire filter to be submerged in the water. But before we do that, I am going to take these out for a second. Just going to set them to the side. I'm going to give them a quick rinse because they are covered in hot tub chemicals, and we want to kind of really get them, just kind of get all the debris out of there if there is any. Doesn't have to be an in-depth cleaning. Just kind of want to get any chemical residue off of there, as well as any debris that might be trapped in the pleats. Now we're ready to add our chemical. This is what I like to use for my filter cleaning. This is called Power Soak from the Spa Depot company. I just order it on Amazon. I'll put a link to that down below in the description in case you want to check it out. But I just add some of this to hot water, and then we can do our chemical soak in just 1 hour. If you use cold water, which you can do, and that is a little gentler on the filters themselves, might give you a tiny bit of extra filter life. Mine lasts though up to 2 years though, because I'm on top of the filter maintenance. But you might get a little bit extra life if you used cold water. But if you use cold water in this product, they do need to soak for 24 hours. And in that case, I do recommend having an extra set of filters that you can put back in the hot tub while these are soaking overnight. But I do mine in just 1 hour using hot water and this product right here. The good news is I only need a half cup of this. So 1 bottle of this, it comes in a 2-pack on Amazon, but 1 bottle of this will last me several filter cleanings, and I only do the deep clean every 3 months, only 4 times a year. So really 1 bottle is going to last me at least 1 year. So, and it's not an expensive product. I think for 2 bottles it's somewhere around 25 bucks on Amazon. Again, look for that link in the description. But let's add a half cup of this to the bucket, then we're going to fill it up with hot water, then we're going to put the filters in and let them go to work. I've got a 1/4 cup measuring cup here, so I'm just going to add 1 level scoop to my bucket and then a 2nd level scoop. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but I am using this measuring cup just to more or less make sure I've got the right amount. Now we're going to fill this entire bucket with hot water. And I do have mine set as hot as I can get it. And before I put the filters in, I'm just going to make sure that the chemical is thoroughly mixed with the water. But to a large degree, that's naturally going to happen just by adding the water to the powder and then letting it fill all the way up. Might just kind of rotate the bucket a little bit just to help facilitate the mixing of the product. Once it starts to get full, I'm going to go ahead and put the filters in. I don't need to wait until the water is all the way up to the top. All right, I think that's pretty good. Again, I'm just going to kind of nest these in there so that they are fully submerged when the water gets to the top. Luckily, they're heavy enough where they're not really going to do too much floating. But if yours are a little bit lighter weight and you notice them floating, probably just like a heavy pot or pan from your kitchen, maybe filled with a little bit of water sitting on top, will be just perfect to to kind of keep them submerged below the level of the water. Then just make sure you rinse the bottom of that pan thoroughly before you use it the next time. All right, the water level is almost full. Once it gets to here, I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour and then we'll be back. Echo, set a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Okay, it's been 1 hour since my filters have been soaking in the Spa Depot Power Soak product in my 5-gallon bucket. It's now time to get them out of there so we can put them back in the hot tub. But before we put them back in the hot tub, it's important to rinse all of that chemical residue off from the Power Soak product. So again, we're just gonna do that here at the sink with a sprayer. And I'm just gonna thoroughly rinse them off, a little more thoroughly than I did at the start. There's no debris in the pleats at this point, but I wanna make sure that all of that chemical residue is totally gone. It's not gonna be the end of the world if a little bit of it remains on the filters when you put them back in the hot tub, but I like to make sure that every last little trace of it's gone. So for about a minute per filter, I'm gonna rinse these off. And I'll do the same with the other one. Then we're gonna put them back in the hot tub. So let's go do that now. All right, so we're done with our filter cleaning. All that really remains is for me to put them back in just the way they came out. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, hit that like button, then smash that subscribe button and the bell notification button too. And if you have an idea for a future video you'd like to see, leave me that in the comments down below. I know it's been a while since I've done videos regularly, but I'm glad you're here with me and I'm glad to be back in action. I'll see you in the next video.